Hey, welcome everybody to our Tuesday morning if you're on the West Coast, afternoon or lunchtime if you're on the East Coast, business building Zoom here with Kathy and Onyx Cole. We have a lot of great and awesome things to go over with you, a couple things I added to the website, and then today on this call we'll be talking about closing and how to overcome an objection that I think we all are getting right now. So we will be talking about that, but I will bring it open to Onyx because I'm sure she has some weekly things she wants to catch up on. Are you there, Onyx? I thought I saw her. Well, we lost her. She's not there right now, so we'll wait for her to come back in. So welcome, you guys. I know that, and if you guys want to unmute yourself and kind of chime in here, that would be great. But I know one of the things that in the last 2 weeks, I really had to kind of get focused on my small leg, right? Because we all know that this is a binary. And when you're somebody that comes in and you bring in somebody that's as fabulous as Onyx Cole, you get a pretty large team relatively fast. But then you have to really start cycling and making the money that you know that you have the ability to make. You really got to start building out that left side. And I got some key people on there in the very beginning and things were going really, really good. And then, you know, some obstacles came up for those people like shipping. We all know we had them. And some of those people went on and moved on to other things. And although we're still trying to get them to re-engage now that things are a lot better, it happens, right? So the last 2 weeks, I set a goal. I got to start recruiting. I can't, you know, even though there's X amount of people there, I got to be the recruiter. I got to be adding people to the bottom of that leg. So in the last 2 weeks, I've enrolled, I think, a total of 13 people, all interested in the business. And what changed for me was really making that a priority and adding urgency to that. And the urgency is simply this. We don't know what we're up against. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring us. We have no idea. And so I switched the mindset. Hey, have you had the opportunity? Anybody ever presented to you X39? And, you know, of course they're going to say no, because I don't think this is still widely open everywhere, you guys. And so, you know, then that goes to where I start sending them, put them in the app, send them, you know, when I ask them, has anybody presented to you X39? I send a teaser video. That's my first step now. So the teaser videos are in your app under teaser videos. What they are is little 30-second clips, and you can try to know the person you're sending it to. So if it's somebody that I know is going to be really, really fascinated by the fact that it's stem cells, I'll send out a stem cell teaser. If it's somebody that I know that maybe they had a bad experience, and I know a lot of people in a previous company because the product was duplicated by multiple other companies. We all know that happens, right? That's happening huge in the CBD market right now. I think just about every MLM has some sort of CBD, right? So when there's a teaser out there that's like 35 or 38 seconds, talks about that David is saying, we have a unique place in the marketplace right now. We have the only product out there. It's patented. Nobody else will have it. So I'll send that video. So try to identify your person. Even if you don't know them that well, but just look at their Facebook, kind of stalk them a little bit, see what's important to them, and send them the teaser video that matches them the best. And once you've done that, they're going to respond to you and say, yeah, I've seen it, I'm not interested. Or a common one I've got, you guys, is I looked at LifeWave 5 years ago, I wasn't interested. Okay, well, you need to relook at LifeWave, right? Because we've all gotten that response. So, you know, you're going to create, that is an opening dialogue of conversation. So that's one objection. I've seen LifeWave 5 years ago, I wasn't interested. Obviously, you're going to tell them that LifeWave has changed immensely. LifeWave did, Onyx, correct me on this if I need to, I think $75 or $80 million last year, up from 50 or 55 for the previous.
Correct. That's exactly right. We finished around 75 to 80 million for 2019.
Right. And so, you know, you had a huge increase right there in business. And we were on track to end this year, I think at 120 to 150. I don't know what's going to happen with COVID. I don't think anybody knows, right? So I know in February, we did $10 million in February in 1 month, right? So that's 1/8 of what we did the whole year, the year before that. So, you know, you need to tell them how much LifeWave has changed. So that's one objection. The other objection I seem to be getting a lot right now is, I don't think I want to do anything right now because I don't know what tomorrow holds. Well, if that was a real estate client, I'd say, you know, I totally get you. I wouldn't buy a house right now either, you know, or I'd probably stay where I know I can afford my payment. But with LifeWave, I completely flipped the switch on that. And I literally tell them this, and I've told you guys this before. I know when I sent Onyx the link to LifeWave, I said, have you seen this? I think in Onyx's mind, she thought the whole time I was out there to recruit her, but I wasn't. I was out there to get information on photobiomodulation because it was a really big word I didn't know anything about. And I knew my friend was very rehearsed in energy healing, light healing. And so I actually went to her for mentorship on the actual product. And Onyx and I have been friends for 8 years. And when Onyx looked at it and we got on the phone with a couple people, I was still very doubtful of, do I want to do this business? I swear to God, when she said, send me your link and I'll get started tomorrow, I looked at my husband and said, do I have time to do this? You know, my real estate business was banging, and, you know, I'm recruiting off agents all over the United States for EXP Realty. You know, I've got 17 agents here in California. I have trying to work on an office up in Washington. I'm like, do I have the time to do this? And, you know, thank God for my husband's perseverance, which he normally never is perseverant about anything, mind you. He's a follower when it comes to me. Whatever you say, dear, probably why we've been together for over 30 years. But he said, no, you need to do this. And the one thing that he said was, when I met Onyx the first time you took me with you, when you guys met in Vegas to go to that event, I finally said, for the first time, my wife met her match. He goes, that's what was going through my mind. I didn't tell you that, but I don't think you need to, you can't say no to this. So because my husband gave me a sense of urgency, fortunately, I took his credit card, and, you know, because he literally handed me a credit card, said, just put it on this and don't worry about it. And so I grabbed that credit card, I got my link, and I ended up saying yes. Who would have known that literally just 8 short months later, I would have lost every income coming into my household but the LifeWave income. We don't know what tomorrow holds. So when that person comes to you and shares with you, I don't think I want to start something new because I don't know what's going on now, it's all the more reason why you have to get past that objection and tell them, this is why you have to start something new. You have to secure your future. You have to take that into your own hands, because if you don't, who will? And what other business can you get started in such a low amount of money? Of course, if you're going to open up a store, you need product in that store. So, you know, we like to say diamond back in the day, right? Well, diamond's kind of self-serving in my opinion right now. So I've dropped that clear down to a silver. Just get started as silver. That gives you a sleeve for a month. That gives your wife a sleeve for a month. And that gives you a sleeve to share, right? It's an easy story. Most people can come up with a way to come up with $300, okay? Keep in mind, you guys, I've actually had somebody, it does add $8 and some odd cents for shipping, at least where this guy was, came on as a bronze with one credit card and upgraded to a silver with another. So there are ways that people, if they're motivated to have that change and have a little bit of security in their life and take back control, if they're motivated to do that, they'll figure out a way. Okay, so for as little as $124.95 plus tax and shipping, if you have tax in your area, I enrolled 6 people last week and I enrolled 7 people the week before. So it took my mindset to shift, like, okay, this is, stop pulling people to the drinking fountain and let's just find all new people. So, you know, if that's where you're at in your business, you've got to be more urgent. You've got to share the urgency about why it's so important to take your economic stature in your own hands, because it's being taken away from us everywhere. You want to add on that, Onyx?
Well, I think Kathy, as always, is so beautifully spoken. I don't know if you guys can even see me. I'm trying to figure this. I can see.
I'm not hearing you, Onyx.
Myself, but I can't see it. Oh, there. Now you guys are starting to show. It's so nice to see everyone I saw. Hang on. Any better? Can you hear me now?
That's better. I can hear you better.
Can you hear me now, Kathy?
Yeah.
Hello?
I can
Okay,
hear
good.
you now.
So it's nice to see everyone I saw. Okay, good. I saw Jill and I saw
Yeah, we're losing you again.
Sheila and I saw Carol, and it's so nice to see everybody. I saw Bonnie on the call. This not, oh, so it took me so long to get on the phone trying to get connection. Maybe is that any better? Can you hear me better now?
A little bit.
Better, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay. So it's nice to see everybody on the call. I saw Sheila and I saw Jill and I saw Bonnie and of course I saw Kathy and so many more of you that it's just nice to see your faces. I agree completely with what Kathy's talking about in terms of urgency, and so much of what's going on right now is within you, and it's each one of you deciding to take control of the things in your life that you can control. And once you've taken control of that, you'll find that you'll attract other people that are either taking control of the things of their lives or are ready to take control of the things of their lives. And LifeWave is just one way to take control of the things in your life. Now, we know that LifeWave produces an income, which is fantastic. But beyond that is this community of light workers, this community of like-minded individuals. And that is equally as fantastic in these times where we're in this global reset. And as we've seen, the global reset is going to complete at a different time for each and every one of us. And who knows, the whole year could be very, very bumpy. But the neat thing is that we have each other through this bumpy time while we go through this global reset. So again, whenever you're interacting with anyone, you're always tuning into the radio station, what's in it for them, not what's in it for you. So you need to figure out what are they interested in, what are they excited about, and then position this opportunity, this product, this community in a way that says, yes, I want to be a part of that. Yes, I need to do this for myself. Yes, I'm worth it. And so, like Kathy, I've had many people, come at me about this product or that product. I think more prospecting is going on than ever before. And I'm basically just responding back, well, listen, you should have a look at this. And they just keep responding, please send me some samples. Please send me some samples. I'm totally interested, even though they were coming at me about their own companies. So it's really easy to be able to flip the tables, as Kathy's talked about, and recognize you have something now more than ever that everybody needs. Everybody in your life needs. And so the objections are just like the objections we go through when a kid asks to go to the movie theater. And, we start out by saying, no, I know I've taught you guys this before. And so it's the exact same thing. Just keep it as playful, keep it as fun, the ability to overcome their issues. And as long as you tune into the radio station about what's in it for them, which is clearly what Kathy's talking about, and you add that urgency, you don't want to wait for 3 months to figure out where you want to be. If you don't know where you're going to be in 3 months, it's time to take control now. And so this is a great way for you to get control. And know that our organization, even in this time, continues to grow. So there are many people who within the organization who have taken control of their lives. Their businesses are growing. If your business has gone flat or your business is going down, it's because of you. And if your business is growing, it's also because of you. So in network marketing, I always say you got to look in the mirror and you got to figure out what's going on. So figure out what's going on for yourself. Maybe you've been in a state, like I've been in a state of self-care and being sure that I'm balancing everything in my life, because I'm not taking this time, this global reset for granted. I'm going out every day and I'm walking 6 miles a day, and it's part of the stuff that I'm doing for myself. And I might be doing calls on that walk. I might be listening to webinars. I might be doing any number of things, exercising, etc. But I'm taking that time for me, which before the global reset, I didn't give myself time to go on a 6 mile a day walk. And that was just not something I was doing for myself. So I have added in new things to my life that are important to me in my life, and I'm not going to give those up. Each one of you, I hope, is doing the exact same thing. So I love Kathy's aspect of adding an urgency to everybody that you're talking to. The time is now. You need to take control now. Because if you're not going to take time to make a gig income or a side hustle for yourself at this time, when are you going to have a chance to do it? This is the time to do it.
Yeah, you know, I had spoke on it before too, especially to Onyx. In January, I went and listened to a nationwide real estate coach speak to our board of realtors. And one of the things he did recommend that all of us do is to get a gig income. And he said within 5 years, of course, this was pre-COVID, but within 5 years, it is going to be necessary for the average household to not only have their full-time job, but a gig income. And of course, he's a realtor, so he's referencing gig incomes like Uber and Lyft. But think about what just happened. Do you think Uber and Lyft are busy? No, they're not busy because nobody's going anywhere. Nothing's open. So with this company, and especially, you know, some of the things to remember, put in your head is LifeWave was deemed essential. The minute we went on lockdown, LifeWave was deemed essential. We provide to too many medical professionals for us not to be deemed essential. So, you know, I have delivered product. I've been out and about, and I would show them the email from my company that said I'm deemed essential. I think they're going to pull over a 55-year-old woman in a truck, but they are pulling over kids. But, you know, we are deemed essential, so we can get out there and work. Be safe about it. If you feel like you need to wear a mask, wear a mask. But we are deemed essential. And the other thing that kind of clicked with me a few weeks back is my first company, one of their slogans was they had a product that everybody had. It was a protein shake, right? You could go anywhere and buy protein shake. This is my first company. I ran to the top 1% within 4 months of that company as well. But I remembered the slogan that they had. And that slogan was, you can copy us, but you'll never catch us. Well, guess what we have here? What we have here is you can't copy us, therefore you'll never catch us, right? We have something that David has a patent on that nobody else even can understand, let alone try to copy, right? It's not a commodity that you could go down to the local convenience store and pick up a bottle of, you know, whatever, the newest famous protein drink, protein, CBD, whatever. You know, we have something that nobody else can get unless it's through us right here. We are one and only. We are the only ones with this product. So I really, really, really encourage you guys to talk to double the people over the next few weeks that you've been talking to and get your business where you need it to be, because I tell you, there's no security in anything else that you were doing, but there's security in this. And I was looking for potential other ways to make money, but then when I looked at what it was going to do to take my eyes off this and what it could cost me, I'm like, even though I could make temporary money over here because of the, you know, what's going on, I was like, you know what? If I just made sure that energy stayed over here and took that to a urgent level of recruiting, without being mean, you know, I'm not saying go out there and be crazy mean, like you have to join this business. That's what I'm saying. Explain to them with urgency why you feel secure with what you're doing and why it's so important that we do this. So what I have done is I've spent some more time. I think the resources in our Rapid Funnel app, Rapid Funnel, go to your app store or Play Store, download Rapid Funnel. There's 84 resources in there for you to share with your prospects to help them build or help them see what you see. Now, again, send what fits them. Don't blanket send everybody the same thing. It doesn't work. Send what fits them. If you've got that friend that's always into making money, I just brought on a realtor to my team. That guy's in his upper 20s. He already has an MBA. He works in a large corporation. He believes in 7 streams of income. Holy crap. If the average upper 20-year-old person believed in 7 streams of income, I believe in 2 or 3, right? So obviously with him, I sent him the opportunity video, right? Because I know that that's his focus and those are his goals, is 7 streams of income, you know. But then, you know, you might have somebody that's into natural health, so you would send him the stem cell video. So try to match your resource to your potential customer. Make sure you do it that way.
Exactly what Kathy is talking about, everyone, is the what's in it for them radio station. So Kathy was listening to this young gentleman who believed in 7 streams of income. That's his radio station. Kathy clearly heard that having multiple streams of income is what he's looking for. If Kathy sent videos about the science, it would be a complete disconnect. So if Kathy's totally into the science and this young man is looking for 7 streams of income, she has not reached his radio station. Because she listened to what he was saying, she was able to hear what his radio station is. So if you all start practicing, even when you're with your husbands, when you're with your best friends, when you're talking to your friends on your phone, listen to the words that they are using and try and figure out what's their radio station, what gets them jazzed. You don't have to prospect them. It's to hone your skills in your ability to hear that which other people are looking for. And so those are very, very powerful skills that will serve you well. Kathy's is already developed, as you can hear. So is mine. So I don't come running at somebody without figuring out what it is that they need. Now, if they don't know, I don't know them, then you're basically looking at one of my philosophies, which is time and circumstances changes everything for everyone. And so if it's somebody that I don't know that well and I don't have the ability to really sit and figure out what their radio station is, then I would be sending different videos. So the first time I might send a science or a testimonial video. The next time I might send a business video. The next time I might send a testimonial video. The next time I might send a prospecting. I'll shift it around, trying to figure out what's in it for them, because I haven't figured out yet what their radio station is. So it was beautiful what Kathy just described, because that's the radio station conversation that I've been having. So thank you, Kathy, for that.
And I know how hard it is, because I remember my first days in network marketing, how hard it was to figure out what to send. That's why I got with Onyx and I said, we got to have an app. And that app gives you those resources. And I didn't put a lot of time into the text and the emails it sends, because I want you guys to make that personal. So when you click send text, put some of your own text in there. Spend some time, say, hey, Jesse, I just, I thought of you when I saw this video. I know how important natural health is to you. You know that person, so I want you to make it customized to them. I hate templated stuff. I mean, I believe in CRMs. Those are templated, right? But when you're making that contact via text, I really think it's important to be personable. So don't be looking, I have people text me all day long, all the time saying, can you put the text in there? No, type it in there yourself, because nobody knows that person you're sending it to better than you. And, and I'm not saying don't go out there and send to people you don't know. If you really feel like it, do it. You never know. You might just get what is that? So something pops up on your social media, or somebody likes a post that you're not connected to. There's no shame in saying, hey, thank you for liking my post. It must have showed up on somebody else's page that I'm friends with, but it brought you to my attention. So I'm thinking you like natural health. Have you heard of X39? And they'll come back and say no. But guess what? You've just engaged in the conversation because you saw that they liked your post. So you don't have to just go out to everybody you know. There are ways of getting into your social media, cyber stalking it a little bit. Don't spend more than 30 minutes a day on social media, you guys, because it's a total waste of time. But at least spend that amount of time looking at your stuff, your posts. Look at, people that are looking at natural health posts, and then try to build your pipeline that way as well. But again, I know we have a lot more time on our hands, but I still think any more than 30 minutes a day on social media is a time suck. Find something else, listen to an audiobook, something like that. But so that being said, to get you guys some of the tools, Onyx and I have done so much over this last 8 months that it's kind of all over the place. And I admit it. Alex sent me, I'm gonna call myself out here. Alex sent me this little blurb about the stem cells and how they decrease over this 4, graphic time frame. And I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. Can you share that with me? And she said, I found it in your Dropbox. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. So I was like, that just literally woke me up to where, oh my God, we have so much out there. We forget what amazing stuff we have. So I'm sharing with you right here our team website, which is simply quantumfieldx39team.com. pdf.com, and I'm hoping you guys can see that, right? I'm sure you can. It's got the green line around it.
Yes, we can.
Okay,
We can
so
see.
if you go into there, I'll open this full size. If you go into there, it's up here, important PDF. I'm gonna go back small because that's weird. I can't see the green line, it's freaking me out. Okay, so if you click the more, it comes up and it's important PDFs. I tried to keep it right up to the top. So when you click that now, and this is not a locked page. It may be locked in the future, but right now, to make sure everybody can see it, tell everybody make sure they're registered at the website, which because Sierra is so awesome about sending me the spreadsheet of anybody new every other week. Most of you are in there. But here's the PDF.
How do they, wait, Kathy, how do they register at the website? Let everybody hear it again.
Okay, you
Most
literally,
of you guys are missing the second step, and it's very important.
well, what happens is when I get that list, I'm uploading it. So whether or not they're going here or not, Onyx, they're registered at the website.
That's
what they
the new
have
one.
to do, why is this not letting me see the screen? Let me refresh it. Okay, so at the
in order to register,
in the top right hand corner here, when we put you in there, I'm putting you in there so I make sure you get your emails. Sarah is sending it to me. So you're going to get an email from me that says create your password. So once you've done that, once you create your password, follow the instructions on the email from the system that says you've been added to the Quantum Field X39 team subscribers list. Now create your password. When you create your password, then you're able to log in. When you log in, that's when you can see the private pages. Many of these pages are private. See this little guy right here at the top? That's where you're going to go sign in. If for some reason you think you don't have an account, you can click create account and go through the steps again. It doesn't duplicate your email, so you're not going to get 2 emails from me. If it sees an email with the same person, it's just going to combine those 2 people, okay? But I did leave this for right now unlocked. You go here, I'm not signed in, so it's going to make me sign in, okay? I'm going to go ahead and sign in. So if I wanted to see all of our Zoom calls like this call, once it's done, I upload it to YouTube. It automatically takes me right here to the weekly Zoom thing. Oh, no, that's not actually. Hang on a second. Where is it at? Get our app. That should be right there. Why isn't it there? Oh, I'm sorry, it's right here. So this is our Zoom playlist. So when you click this, it takes you out to my YouTube channel and it gives you all of the Zooms that we've ever done. Okay, they're all right here. So I'm gonna go over to the PDF page. This is a brand new page as of yesterday. If there's a PDF document that you guys want on here that I missed, I kind of went through it and put what I thought was most important. We probably have 200 PDF documents on Dropbox. So these are the most important ones that I could see. So they're right here, and they're documents for your business. So these are the commission hot sheet that Marcy so amazingly made, order forms that Marcy made. This is Peter Knows patching script. These are some of the training links. It's a document for them that you can download. Patching steps, how to patch somebody. And then I put the Eric Worre Getting Started Handbook that I like to pass out to my personally enrolled. It's a class I went to 10 years ago, and I still had it. So product information sheets, these are just, you know, we are still concentrating just on X39, but because of the global issue that we have now, we are talking a little bit more about Eon and glutathione. These are the 2 that David talks about in the COVID training that he does on, you know, how to best serve your body. Brochures and instruction booklets. I do not have the trifold on here because GoDaddy says it's too large. So I've got to downsize that. But everything else in here that you might use, the diamond book, which is what we call it, which is the story of LifeWave, it's right there. The LifeWave business opportunity slides. I took the slides, converted them to PDF, so they're right there. Some people, when they present, maybe over the phone, they want some slides in front of you. These give you the key information that they talk about within LifeWave and where it came from. And then the instruction book, 2 booklets that come with the X39 in the sleeve. This one is a lot of our field's favorite, activate your stem cells. So I actually put that on there to view. It's right there. and then the science of life wave. So the ones I want you to pay attention to right here is these top two right here are the last ones that were just finally published by a third party. We've been waiting on this. These are the ones that they talked about in January at the event. So these are the PDFs, okay? And then these are the actual publications at the, I don't even know what this stands for. It's health, natural health thing right here. I don't know what this stands for, but when you click this, it takes you right to their website. So people can see firsthand, International Journal of Healing and Caring, where this was published at, and see all the information. They don't have to just believe you for your word. So it's all right there. And then miscellaneous PDFs for your business. And this was the one that I was like, where'd you know, can I have a copy of that? I thought Alex had created it. And she goes, no, it was in your Dropbox. So this was the mailer that in the very beginning when we were doing it, do you remember this, Onyx? We were sending this out. So, and this is a
Yes.
really interesting number here. By age 30, this number has dropped by 400 million, right? By age 50, it's dropped, or it's dropped 2. This is a really interesting statistics that we probably all should remember about the stem cells. So that's that. I'm going to, hang on, come back over here. Stop the share. So that's there. If anybody else has anything they really like that they want, that they use, as long as it's compliant, I will put that on that page. Yeah, so that's that. So you want to add anything to that, Onyx?
No, that was great. Remember that Kathy and I have been very focused on team, and we have not made this organization about her or about me. We've made it about all of us as a group. And so each one of you uses a different way to build or has a different way to build. And one of the things I learned in coming out of retirement is that many people use a lot more IT than used the last time that I built. So Kathy and I have done the best that we can to give you all everything that you need in a variety of different platforms, because we have found that each and every one of you is different. The best, the center of the spoke, the center of the wheel today is actually the app, because Kathy has spent a great deal of time making sure that all the resources are uploaded onto that app. So if you're not using that app, I think you're absolutely crazy, because everything you need is at your fingertips. But of course, each one of you is a grown-up and you're able to do anything that you want. I can't thank Kathy enough. She is the best sponsor in the whole world. I'm so grateful that, she went in and took Gus's credit card and got a link so that all of us could be here today. And I'm so grateful for everything that you do for all of us, Kathy. It's just incredible, all the help that you give us in terms of IT. So thank you for being who you are and for doing all that you do. I also wanted to tell you all that next week, we're going to have our team Zoom call as per normal, but expect it to be a little bit longer. It'll probably go for 45 minutes. We will not be talking about X39. We will not be talking about building the business. We're going to have a different guest, a special guest. I've invited somebody on. I'm going to teach you all, I want to teach you all about a concept called infinite banking. And I'm going to introduce you to the guy that I use for infinite banking. And because so many of us are entrepreneurs, we don't have retirement plans. And this is a really interesting concept. I don't need you to do anything about it or not. I think that knowledge is power. So Walt Disney actually used infinite banking in order to finance Disney World, because nobody would finance Walt Disney when he wanted to get Disney World off the ground. This is also an incredibly powerful place for you all to line your children up, which is exactly what I'm in the process of doing, because my youngest daughter is now 18, so that they're all set up with their own infinite bank that they're depositing into each and every month. So it's going to be maybe a totally new concept for some of you. Maybe some of you have already heard of it. I don't know. But I've asked, the gentleman's name is Chris, to come on the call next week. And so he will take up the call. We will not be talking about X39. I think it's the first call we've ever had where we didn't actually talk about X39. But I think this is a really powerful concept for each of you to at least understand, because knowledge is power.
Right. And the other thing that's great about it that Onyx and I talked about is when you have something in your repertoire that you can share to everybody that's not about your business. And like for me now, I share the social media training that I did with the whole company. I'm like, well, I know you're in another company, but let me share this with you. Maybe you can get something for it. When you have something in your repertoire that you can share that's not literally talking about the business, and educate people too, we feel like that's important for us too as a team, to let everybody know that community is important to us, and taking you guys to the next level on all aspects is very, very important to Onyx and I. So that's why when she called, I said, absolutely, I know nothing about it. I had to Google it. So, I'm not as smart in the finance realm as Onyx is, but so, I'm looking forward to it. If you have anybody that is really, really interested in all things finance, and I will probably ask my guy my prospect, my agent, my friend now, to get on the call, because I think it's something that he might really benefit from too, to learn about. So anybody that you want to invite to that call, just tell them we're not talking about our product. We're talking about something called infinite banking, and we're all going to learn about it from a great person. I would get as many people as you can to that call. And what you've just done is you've added value to their life, right? Because you've given them something for free that they've been able to decide whether or not they want to use it or not. So with that said,
and the other thing I would say is that if you do not want to bring anybody to the call and you want to experience the call for yourself first, and then utilize the call to share, that's okay too. So don't feel like you have to bring people.
Right.
You don't.
Right.
I'm setting this up for you all. I think it's great to learn. I think this is a great platform for me personally in terms of retirement. I also think it's a great platform for the children, and many of you have children my age that you may want to be understanding this concept, whether the time is right now or the time is right in the future. Knowledge is power.
Exactly. All right, you guys, I'm going to end this call and stop the recording, and I look forward to seeing you on the next Sim. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Awesome.